Today, we will begin our study of ancient Egypt. The first thing we're going to look at is the Nile River. And if you look over here at the map, you will see that at the top is the Mediterranean Sea. Now, the Nile River comes from the White Nile and the Blue Nile. It travels north all the way up and empties into the Mediterranean Sea. In doing that, it would pass the Eastern Desert and the Western Desert, and you would see that this is Upper Egypt, and Lower Egypt would be closer to the Mediterranean Sea. To the east of the Nile River, you would see the Red Sea. Now, we know that ancient Egypt is on the continent of Africa, and it is in the north and eastern hemispheres. The green around the map would represent the fertile land from the flooding of the Nile. The pinkish arrow represents the flow, the northward flow of the Nile, and the red line represents the cataracts in the Nile, which are the rapids. So again, let's examine the geography of early Egypt. The gift of the Nile. The existence of Egypt was solely based on the Nile River. The Nile River is the longest river in the world, and the Nile carries water from Central Africa through a vast stretch of desert land, and the river was so important to the people that Egypt was called the gift to the Nile. Ancient Egypt. It developed along a 750-mile stretch of the Nile River, originally organized into two kingdoms, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Upper Egypt is located upriver, and its cataracts make up the southern border. In midsummer, the Nile would flood Upper Egypt, and the flooding brought silt, which is rich soil. Lower Egypt, closer to the Mediterranean Sea, is located downriver. It is centered in the delta, which is the triangular-shaped area of fertile soil. And in the fall, the Nile would flood Lower Egypt, and this flooding again brought silt, which is rich soil. Now, the land surrounding the Nile River was desert. We have on the west the Western Desert, and on the east the Eastern Desert. The black land, you will hear them refer to black land, was the rich fertile soil that was provided through the flooding of the Nile, which brought the silt. The red land is the dry, lifeless desert, and it kept out enemies away from Egypt. How the Nile helped the Egyptians. First, it provided water for drinking and growing crops. Second, the cataracts kept out the invaders, and the marshy delta kept out enemies. The Mediterranean Sea. It allowed Egypt to trade with the outside world. So you can see a lot of different geographic features that helped Egypt become a great civilization.